Hey you guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good day in the market. It's Thursday, September 11th. Always remember, never forget. We are here trading 0-day options today on SPY. I'm going to review them and the small account challenge. Gap trap. We had a gap up today and liquidity was built. All-time highs. Here we are. Let's see. Yep, all-time highs. Let's get into it. So started with this red identified and white, and then potential for purple. Early in the day, I'm not super confident in my charting, so sometimes takes time for me to be confident enough to pull a trigger. I did see, this inverse cup closed, but this selling looked pretty controlled, which would be bullish. And big candle here, and then a cup did actually close, and the handle was just so small, and it didn't line up with my red. I guess it was tight. So I was happy to wait, but that was pretty much the best trade today. Maybe it was taking on that handle on that break. Could have gotten on that green candle. I don't know. Sometimes you get this quick little move in the morning, and that's it. So after that, yeah, kept kind of charting this purple as a tapering algo to see if it would hold. It did, then it broke it, then it kind of got back in there. White, I was looking for that to build liquidity and built some here. Didn't make the nicest looking structure, but this was another potential trade, just on a break of the white right here, and then grabbing that green strong buying channel. Let's see, let me see where I actually traded here today. Can't remember. Yeah, this one, did I get this on the long? Oh, I don't have it open. I don't think I got that one. I was a little sad I didn't get it because I was pretty well prepared with this white. I wasn't super confident in it, but I thought it probably was good because it looked nice here. This retrace was small, the structure wasn't that clean, so those are kind of the reasons I didn't jump in. But yeah, so that was a nice trade there. I didn't take it. I then charted this kind of steeper white one, potential for bullish controlled selling, and then also this white. This was very frustrating. So I originally put this white up here, and as you can see, it continues to find resistance on this purple tapering. I continue to put white. Oh, I put white up here. Don't mind this gold. That wasn't there, and this white wasn't here. It was just my normal white. I'm like, all right, it's going to build liquidity. It did actually kind of perfectly retest this as a support, which I need to pay more attention to that. The horizontal levels also. Not to say I'd get it there, but yeah, I guess I could see it retracing further, like to here, but it didn't. Anyways, came up here, broke it, and so I'm like, all right, it's not great structure, but it's enough. I'm seeing upside at least to the top of this purple, just like it did here. Well, actually here it broke out of it, so yeah, because this then flipped into support, I think. Kind of. I went right through it. Anyways, that's my profit is up to there. So I'm like, that's worth it. So I get in on this candle, 1103 on the small account. One contract, 76 cents. Kind of an expensive one because it's basically at the money because my profit target's close. I don't get too far out of the money. It just starts grinding down and it candles through there. It actually closes below and then kind of hangs out. And I'm like, the structure doesn't look good, but and it's also breaking through here. I'm like, And then I start moving this white around a little bit. I'm like, I guess I give it a little bit more room. And then this candle, it closed way below it. And I'm like, this thing keeps closing below it. It just might grind in here. There might be something I'm missing. Like this orange. I don't know if I'd put that in yet, but I could have potentially. Sorry, you guys can't see it like that. I'm trying to show like what I saw at that point. Because I think did I close it there? No, I actually closed it on that one. Yep. So 1105, I closed it right here because my channel was up here, and that one closed below it. I'm like, all right, I'm out. Did end up being a nice trade. If I'd put this on the body, it would have been so much more clear. Look at that, perfectly retesting it. Basically just wicked below it like twice. Just one of those things, like I just have to kind of move stuff around to help me see what's going on. Like I see it's kind of, I mean, it's easier in hindsight, of course, but to me it's breaking through there. It's not just striking through it. And then, yeah, it didn't complete the cup. There was a lot of different things I was looking at. If I had this here though, that definitely gave me more confidence to hold. And this being a support, which it basically bounced on right here, right there. So, yeah, I think I just wasn't paying attention. This engulfing candle would have been a good entry. Even any of these support bounces, realistically. Then I put in this gold, and this, I think, ended up playing out also later. So there was a less aggressive bullish controlled selling. So it came up, and then, yeah, 3 big candles. So it was actually good for the play, the fact that it traded on more time, and it had more upside potential because it went further down to the right? Because the further it goes, the higher that can go. That makes sense. So yeah, stopped out of that one, and let's see where the next one was. Not for a while on that account. I did a few on the big account, but I'm not gonna open that up. I think I can remember them. Oh yeah, right here, the gold. So did put the gold in there, but again, I wasn't too comfortable with it because I was just starting out on this. I'm like, this might be something. Came up, did its thing, came down. Yeah, and gold also, you know, if I had it here, I was like, all right, that didn't really work. Maybe it's up here. We'll see. Came down and bounced perfectly on the gold. Would have been a nice entry there. Just looking at it without any lines, like there's an inverse head and shoulder here, of course, little shoulder, head, shoulder. And take it on that. The problem is it's still kind of in this wedge, purple and gold. At this point, I'm pretty comfortable with gold, as it was resistant 3 times here. Broke it. Clearly had some action on the break with volume. Lots of volume on these candles. Breaking it. And then reacted there as a support. So, yeah, it's more comfortable with gold. This came up, broke it, and completed the cup. I mean, there's a wick up there, but this basically completed cup to me. And then comes down and retests it. Where's my next trade here? 125. That's not it. I think I did one on the big account here, just because I was like, there's a tight range. I'm going to get exposure to this. I'll just do it on the big account. I can't quite remember, but this ended up just grinding. So it is buying, but it's just in a much less aggressive. It's not an aggressive buying, so it's something I don't really want to be a part of. It's kind of this purple buying, I guess. But yeah, continues to bounce. Finds it a support, so could have taken a trade there, but yeah. Anyways. And then it... 125, where am I even at here? Then it broke down, so failed continuation is what I'm seeing here. Oh yeah, I got this on the big account actually. I got puts here. So I got calls on the retrace, held through some of this. I did take a little profit, and I think I stopped out of them. And then I got puts, since I'm like, okay, broke gold, even broke it again. I had this one up here. I'm like, it's breaking it, nothing's happening. So that basically means a failed breakout. You know, lack of continuation. So oftentimes that means you're at the resistance or the support, so it's going to return to safety or retrace to find more. So yeah, I got puts on the break of this purple. Problem was this, since this isn't a wedge, you just have to be careful. So I sold one in here on this purple line, and then I sold another one, I think here on the red. And then it did this stuff, and I was kind of waiting for a bigger move, and then finally I decided just to sell the last one on one of these candles when it broke white, I think. So it was a good trade. I'm red on the big account, but that helps some. It's kind of an ugly trade, but the logic made sense, and I had clear stops with the gold and then white. So after that, you have this move back up, but this is just such liquidity being built all here. Yeah, really got to be careful through there. Let's see. Okay, yeah, this is where I got whipsawed. So we have gold. It still could be building liquidity, right? Still could break it and rip. this, but pretty much not quite, but it came down. It was almost retesting the white right here. Lack of structure. I mean, there's not a whole lot of obvious structure, and that's part of the reason why it's like you want to be careful if you're trading without structure and you're just trading on the lines. So anyways, yeah, broke gold here, right? So we have inverse head, shoulder, breaking gold. And so I went long right there on that candle 125. And I didn't have this blue one here at that point. So if I charted this, potentially I would have had that and seen, okay, there's another algo in here that's preventing it from ripping, and it's a much less aggressive buying. So broke that, came up, rejected. I'm like, okay, it's going to come down and retest. Flush through there. I'm like, oh my gosh. So huge whipsaw to the downside. That was 33 cents to 28. Like, okay, 2 for 2 red. And then comes down. I'm like, okay, rejection. I'm thinking similar to up here. Lack of continuation. I'm not thinking there's another buying channel that I'm just not seeing, and it's buying in that and not more aggressive. So I'm thinking rejection, lack of continuation. This was just a stop out, stop hunt. Comes down, breaks my purple here. And this was the last one, I think, from low a day. Yeah, that's from low a day. Breaks that, and so I actually go short there. Yep. 129. It's good to be flexible to be able to flip, but yeah, you got to be careful, because if you make one wrong decision, like, or not one wrong decision, if you're wrong with the first move, it doesn't always mean it's going to go the next way. So you got to be careful of whipsaw. And I wouldn't say whipsaw here because that was my last trade right there on the small account. Missed that, and then I'm like, oh boy. So then I'm like, all right, there's something I'm missing, because it broke out of top and the bottom and then didn't continue. So I'm like, there's a bigger wedge here I'm not seeing. And then I started looking. I'm like, okay. Then I saw this blue buying. I even had a couple other ones in here I think I've since deleted. And then I realized, okay, it's just buying up in this blue, this ugly buying channel. So I stayed out of it. On the big account, I did another trade. I actually had to go a little early today. Where did I do that other trade? I don't think I traded anywhere in here. I think I was waiting for it to break the blue. Yeah, I was waiting for cups to close. That's another thing. If it starts wedging and just building liquidity, the easiest is to wait for cups to fully close, either to the downside or the upside. So this cup did close. Not quite right there, but kind of. And then you could say this is the handle. Broke this gold, but just lacked buying continuation. Still stuck in this blue. That's why you have to be so careful. I'd say the cup closed here also, this little higher cup. But yeah, ugly handle, broke gold. Again, we're still in this channel, so just mellow buying. Then it completed the final wick, but not much of a handle. I didn't even chart a gold there. I was in, okay, yeah, so I did get in here. This is where it was. That's right, because I left early. I got in here on the break of this gold after it completed this cup. And so it started building liquidity in the gold. I got calls there on the big account. I got 5 of them. And it just started building liquidity. I'm like, oh, so I ended up selling. I sold 3 of them in here for little profit or break even. I was just trying to de-risk at that point. In hindsight, I shouldn't have, but yeah, maybe I should have just held, just because it's not making any new lows or anything. It's holding above this liquidity, so yeah, sometimes it's just like if you're in early. Yeah, anyways, so I held like 2 and caught a little profit on this candle, and then sold the next one on, I think, this candle. So had a nice little profit there end of day, but still red on the big account also. And small red on the little account, not too bad. There's the trades from the little one. Down 16, so gave some back. If I was here, let's see, I did still have buying power on the small account. So I just traded this on the big one. Potentially I could have done that on the small one also, but it's probably good. There wasn't anything here. I kind of suspected it wasn't. I don't think I would have tried to trade in here. Maybe I would have, I'm not sure. I'm glad I didn't though. Glad I wasn't here for that. So, small red day. Come back tomorrow, see what we got. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money 6th round. Hopefully tomorrow we get a nice Some nice price action. Lots of gaps and traps. Yesterday, gaps and traps. It was building liquidity, but there was some still nice structure in here. There's clean channels. There's a wide enough range in the channel where you could actually catch some nice moves. Today's gap and trap, it was just much tighter. And algos that I wasn't seeing until way later in the day that to me weren't showing up until here. And that's what we got. Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.